All right, I've got a hot take for you. But here's the thing. Even though I know all ye old Zoomers are going to be like, he's glazing, which, by the way, at this point in time, like, have you just actually pathologized all positive interactions between humans? Like, if someone hugs their mum, you're like, stop glazing her, bro. Stop fucking glazing her. Why you want a dick all day? You know what I mean? Like, it's like those people where, like in the NBA, now he knows this, where every single thing, like, I think Kyrie's jump shots amazing. Wow, stop dick eating, bro. It's like, fucking hell. Can I enjoy anything? Can anything be good? Fucking hell. So here's what I will say. Everyone's going to think it's glazing, but I'm doing this because you made this a hot take, motherfuckers. I actually think I already knew it before, but I'll say it now anyway. You know how I know Kassad must be one of the best coaches in Counter-Strike? Because let me just set some context for you guys, if you haven't been watching Bleed. You all told him that he wasn't just a shit coach. He was a moron for putting this team together. And every player, I'll give with the exception of Hampus, is a bum who shouldn't even be in tier 1. So let me run down the list for you. So Hampus, I'll give you. I think people did acknowledge he was good in an IP and they thought he had value. Let's go down the others. So Cypher, you all made a fucking meme and said should never play Counter-Strike again, both from TSM and from early time in Bleed. You all, when he came back, you all laughed like, Cypher, what's he going to do? He had one run ever into the breach. That's a year later. Then we'll go Cirque. You all said he's a check stealer who will never be good again. By the way, if you don't know, he's actually carrying series right now. Kassad said he'd make it back again. Fladden guy was just a stand-in for fucking Ents that no one was like, you must sign this. Like, I noticed, by the way, he's from the Balkan Ridge guys. No one was like, G2 should sign him instead of Next. No one ever said that comment ever in the world. And then lastly, we got Farven. He's supposed to have been the failed fucking chosen one of Big that didn't make it and made people like Maui like not quite get the fucking predictions they made because they were hyping him, etc. Like, guys, the IGL can't be the one carrying the whole fucking team. If people don't know, this whole team's at a mad club. Yes, they're not yet at the tier 1 level. They haven't had a chance to even go to the lands yet. But if you ever go and look, I kept saying this, there's a reason why Reddit's as quiet as fuck. And I showed 2 things on Twitter. One, because if you don't know, Bleed's won something mental, like off the top of my head, I don't know, like 18 out of 21 best of 3s played in like a fucking 1 month span. And then also, because of that, when you go onto that page that you all love, where you go, anyone can look up the veto, go look up a Bleed match. And you know when it shows the maps, yeah, they have a win rate on every single fucking map they play. A winning rate. And most of them are like 70, 80%. It's just, so look, that doesn't mean that like he's won the fucking major. But you all said he had shit pieces. You set the table that his pieces were trash and shouldn't even be in this team. And lastly, I'll just say what I said on Twitter. If this lineup had been announced for TSM or OG Esports, you would all say, like, fire the GM. This lineup is fucking trash. Wow, get some money and buy players, bro. And then lastly, are you ready for the ultimate cherry on top of the cake? He even told you, dickhead, the entire team, buyouts and all, was what, like, 1 tier 1 buyout would be for 1 player. What more do you want? Does he have to fucking, like, pull Vladden out and play himself and fucking shoot him in the head? Like, what more do you want him to do? Anyway, that's enough glazing, as the kids say, not giving people their flowers. Go on, then.
Go, Maui.
Well, I mean, the Bleed results lately have been pretty hard to dispute. I mean, I feel like it's obvious that people in this community have... There's so much ire that's drawn for basically all 3 of us. And that so anything that we attempt to do is just constantly just berated for a multitude of reasons. Like, I mean, obviously, like, people wanted Flashpoint to fail. Like,
dude, do you remember when they used to say for real that I'd actually ruined CS by bringing a tournament that gave $2 million to like NA teams essentially? Like, that's when I knew I can't win, mate. You can't ever win.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. People want to watch.
It was so horny for that to
badly.
fail.
Yeah, that it's just like it's really hard to reckon with like what's actually going on or like what they're thinking. So everything is completely irrational when it's against any of us 3. And so to see Kassad having success like this lately with Bleed, like, you know, I'm not gonna like go mega. I'm not gonna mega glaze myself on it, but like, I mean, it's obvious that there's been significant improvements because I watched all those open qualifier games. I watched you guys not make it even to the close qualities and stuff like that. But I have seen a little bit lately. I forgot. I watched one match pretty recently from you guys. It might have been against Bait. Or no, it was against Big. I think it was against Big actually. Okay. And I think I watched some of that one where you guys were able to beat them, and you had to play with like. Did you have to play with somebody? Like, you You had to do something else. You had to like change up. Oh, you played with Rusty. You played with Rusty for like a map or something like that.
Yes.
And you still won. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so that's. I don't know if I should be mad at Big for that, for not beating you guys there, or I should just be happy that you guys won. But no, all in all, I do feel like the way that you guys have come together at this point, I am looking forward to more bleed in the future. That being said is certain, and I feel like it's just like it really does. It does feel nice for any of us in any context to just stick it to the general public.
Of course.
The thing is, like, I'll tell you what's happening in like a short terms. We after like 3.5 months, we kind of set up the proper system completely right from the bottom till almost like there is like gaps in the whole structure right now. It's still not ready yet, but I feel like we have routines, we have like processes, we have people who understand their roles. Nobody is expected to like carry the team or anything like that. Everybody understands what they need to do in terms of their own positions, in terms of preparations. One thing that I have with this team right now is the fact that like that I never had before. Well, literally never. That everybody, all 5 players, because we have this thing called Skybox, you know, as a software.
Yeah, I'm just shit. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and which is really, really fucking good. Like, it's not cheap, but it's really good, right? And everybody is preparing, and everybody is watching their demos like really, really hard. Like every time we come before the match, because for example, like we played like. Only this month we played over 25 best of 3s, like 1 best of 3 a day.
Dude, you were playing 2 sometimes in a day. I've seen it.
Yeah. The thing is, like, it was crazy. It was crazy. The schedule is crazy, but that's what we signed up for in January, right? We said, like, this season is going to be a massive grind. We're going to be pissed off. We're going to be frustrated. It's going to be fucking hard, right? So that's what we are doing. But, like, every single player is watching demos before the game, coming up with ideas like, listen, guys, let's play this type of banana shit. Like, let's do this. And it's like, it's making my job a lot easier right now as a coach, because like the players do that, so I don't have to like consider every possible angle before going into the game. So you know, we kind of agree on that one, and everybody's respecting that. We also have a good like coaching staff behind me as well, so the system is up and running. Like how far can we get? I don't know. I wouldn't even like personally, I wouldn't call us a tier 2 team yet, solid tier 2 team yet. I wouldn't, because I really need to see 1 or 2 or 3 lands to see how people behave when I cannot speak for like all the time on TeamSpeak, right? When they have to do the thinking for themselves more, when they then have like 10 corrections, like when we have like 3-4 timeouts, I need to see like how they're gonna react on LAN events, right? But we are doing well, and I'm happy about it, and like all the haters can fuck off. Yeah.
Okay. Maui, you have a hot take? By the way, don't worry. If Bleed ever does tank, I also will, for comedic purposes, do a hot take. Like, they should fire the whole team and the coach just for the old time's sake, you know. See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.